Zbornak and Zbornak. What a team. Maybe we can do it again sometime.
Maybe.
Thanks, babe. Dorothy.
Here you go, Rose. Finish my work.
Well, turn me upside down and paint.
I want to tell you something. I've never weighed more than 100 pounds on any day of my adult life. And because you're my friend, I want you to sit down and I'll share with you that secret.
Tell me, Sophia.
I was born that way. I could eat anything and never get fat. Did anyone ever tell...
Per mantenere la finestra ferma bisogna trovare prima di tutto le dobriche.
Drill a toggle boat, anchor with a 5/16 bit, and miter cut the 1/4-inch plywood after you attach the studs.
Oh, sure. Your husband or your boyfriend dumped you. Oh, honey, don't let it get you down. It's just the nature of the beast. They'd do it in the mud if they had to. You just go sleep with his best friend. That'll even up the score.
Am I on candid camera?
For how long?
I don't know, a long time. They were a year apart in school.
That's impossible, Rose.
No, it isn't. How is she?
Wiped out and depressed even though she tries.
Oh, Ma, come on, this is crazy. I probably told you sometime and just forgot.
He says he's proud of you, Dorothy.
Ma, I just don't understand all this. I mean, maybe there is a whole lot I don't know. Soup and...
The store calls it chicken chow.
Maledizione.
Oh, Ma, what's wrong now?
Living with Angela the last 3 weeks has been a nightmare. I don't think she's ever gonna leave.
What has she done now?
She used
A lightener.
Clell Lightner? I think I used that on my hair once.
Clell was the cutest boy at our high school. He was also the only sophomore old enough to get into a bar.
So, what did you do when you got there?
I sat in my father's truck for hours.
The book is missing. If you had a car phone, this would all come together.
Dorothy Zbornak, you might show a little compassion.
Catch me on a day when the story's about me.
What's with Rose?
Oh, Rose thinks her car's been stolen.
No, it hasn't. It's parked right outside.
I see. Oh, well, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Emily's mom.
The walkathon people. Everybody's left the staging area. There's no sign of Emily's parents.
Oh, what do we do now?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think we might have to start thinking about
It's your eyesight. Then people are telling you to turn down the TV set when you can barely hear it. And you could live with that. But this, they're trying to take something from me that I just won't give. I can't let this happen, Dorothy. I can't lose my Sal. Not again.
I get one for you too, Dorothy.
Would you excuse that?
Have you ever met a man who knows how to push all your buttons?
Just once. He was a cabana boy in Pensacola.
I am never going to get through this. I just hate him too much. I know.
You're right, I lied. There is no service entrance. A piece of good luck just fell in my lap. 3 strangers who cluck. Well, it's their mishap. These friends who dropped in don't look suspicious, but check out my grin. They look delicious.
What a shame if I die now. I'm too young. And I'm wearing the wrong underwear.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just
just me. I had to get in quickly because when I...
Well, I'm off.
That would be my diagnosis.
No, I mean I'm going out.
Ma, put down the binoculars.
No, I need them. I lost my glasses and I'm not supposed to drive without them.
Let's analyze this for a moment. You're now what, about 200 years old?
Down memory lane. I'd taken in some sewing. It was a couple of weeks before Easter.
I'm home.
I'll call the New York Times.
What's for dinner?
Pierre is writing today's select. Okay. I want to see 6 hands above that blanket right now.
The only reason we're in bed with Dorothy is we're scared.
Scared of what?
Now, Dorothy, don't you laugh, but we're scared of the aliens.
Blanche, how many times have I told you not to?
Did you hear what he just said?
This guy came to me.
Salvador wanted to tell you, but I wouldn't let him. I cared for you both too much to let your marriage break up. And Sal felt so guilty he never gambled again. It was worth it.
Oh, that was a very lovely thing you did, Mr. Weinstock, wasn't it, Ma? Wasn't it, Ma?
You tells everything. You had no right to use me to rip off my life for profit. I wish my bank account was as big as your ego. Now you listen, and you listen good. My book is based on my life. Oh, that book just drips, Blanche Devereaux. Only the name... I never take the Lord's name in vain. Oh, God, now I'm lying to a priest. Why don't you just come on in and sit down? I'm Blanche. I'm Dorothy's roommate. Would you get the door?
Dorothy's told me a great deal about you.
Well, she seems to have left...
Can I pet your cat, lady?
Well, sure, sweetheart.
What's his name?
Mr. Peepers?
I had a cat just like it. His name was Harpo, but he died. I miss him.
Oh, well, you'll have to get yourself another kitty. Would you?
Now, Sophia, I was getting ready to go to the shelter. What are you doing here?
Angelo, you're my big brother. I can only come to you. I'm in trouble.
Then the boy will marry you.
Blanche, Rose, this is my little brother, Ted.
Charmed, I'm sure. Oh, there's my new Vanity Fair.
He just flew in from Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, Minnesota?
No, Rose, Minneapolis, France.
Oh, I'm from Minnesota.
I'm from Minnesota, too.
Then you just moved to France?
Which reminds me, Rose, your rent check is late.
Hello. Yes, she is. It's for you, Leona.
Who is it?
Your father.
Big Daddy? Is that you, Big Daddy? Hello, darling. How are you? Oh, I'm...
Responded.
Of course I did. They were in the shoebox I took to the post office last week. Unless
what?
I sent my best pair of heels overnight mail.
Ma, this is terrible.
You're telling me now I don't have shoes for the party.
Girls?
Young man, this woman is doing you a favor. She's taking time from her own busy schedule. They don't know you have no life.
Kevin, no dice. You take it or leave it. These are my terms.
Look, Coach, you told me if I was nice to her, she'd roll over. I'm out of here. If you want to win tomorrow, it's...
Dorothy, before I go, I need your opinion on something.
Yeah?
What should I give Phil's daughter as a wedding gift? Your grandmother's lace tablecloth or $50 towards getting a neck?
Give her the tablecloth.
You're right. She's got a husband. He doesn't care that she looks like Abe Vigoda. Why should I? I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
And she got in trouble, if you know what I mean, Dorothy. Knackend up and Schwingel.
She knows what you mean.
Anyway, her boyfriend, Yutz Hernsberg, St. Olaf's only bald high school student.
Her cousin Joe is hanging the wallpaper in Tony Bennett's guest bathroom.
Oh, that's nice.
He says celebrities stop by there all the time. In one day, he saw Dean Martin, Liberace, Don Rickles, and Mitzi Gaynor.
All of these people stop by to use the bathroom on the same day?
What am I, urologist to the stars?
No, I won't. Because Mrs. Butel will be back by then. What am I supposed to say? Welcome home. How was your trip? Oh, by the way, here's Count Bessie.
Rose, honey, think of the positive things. Now, Count Bessie accomplished more in a few years. Massive unemployment. Now, I'm going into my room. Call me when the cops come.
We're all employed, Dorothy, except your mother. I wouldn't call that massive.
Good night, Rose. Go to sleep, sweetheart. Pray for brains.
Oh, not that kind of circus. A herring circus. Sort of like SeaWorld. Only smaller. Much, much smaller. But bigger than a flea circus.
Tell me, Rose, we can barely afford a patch job.
Well, what are we gonna do? Go without a roof?
Maybe we can talk Sid into letting us pay in installments.
Oh, that's a great idea. Now, he's a reasonable man. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't go for it. Okay, a new roof it is.
Look, I said that payment was due today, not next Thursday.
Sail around the world. That'll be the day. In fact, there's a line waiting around the block. We'll have to install one of those ticket machines like they have at the bakery. Around the world, yeah.
I get the picture,
I'm afraid I'm responsible for making Al do something. Miss Blanche? He said he had friends who would lean on us.
Well, I got friends too. One phone call to Palermo, and Johnny's lunch wagon will be wearing concrete tires.
Oh, come on. The only person you know in Palermo is Uncle Vito, and he's a harmless old man.
Harmless. Give him a piece of piano wire, make fun of his limp, and see what come until tomorrow.
I know.
Oh, Dorothy, could I please borrow your diamond ring and your pearl necklace and your jade bracelet?
Are you planning to come back?
Sometime tomorrow morning.
Where are you going?
Oh, out to dinner with Jason, the director of our community theater. He's considering me for the role of Lady Macbeth. It's been a real pleasure. Good night. Lucy, you're grounded for the rest of your stay here.
And Blanche, wait! You're embarrassing me. Now why don't you go get a good night's sleep and we'll talk about it when I get home tomorrow.
I don't think you heard what I said. You are not going anywhere.
Aunt Blanche, I'm 20 years old. I'm going wherever I please.
You watch your tongue, Missy.
I'm sorry, Daddy, but that woman is much too young for you. But she's practically my age.
I'm not ashamed to be in love with a younger woman.
Why'd you keep it a secret?
It's not a secret. I didn't think age mattered to you. It doesn't matter to either one of us.
Oh, Daddy, what you're doing is wrong. You're just making a fool of yourself.
It's better as a teaching priest at St. Helens instead of a parish priest here. Well, we're going to miss you around here.
Look, I know priests are men, and they have urges. What is it, lust? It'll pass. I do without you. Get used to it. Get cable TV.
Oh, well, this is all my fault. Let me do it. Oh.
And now my beautiful assistant will step into the magic box.
Alfonso, I need to make an announcement.
Yes, well, take your time. I forgot to
It's from my ancestors. The Vikings were a seafaring people, you know.
They also wore horns on their head and metal braziers. This is not the same.
So he dumped you, huh?
He did not dump me. Jeffrey is being transferred to the Aleutian Islands. He's going to a top-secret base where he can't have any
Well, did you call St. Olaf? What do we have to do to cash the bonds?
I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you straight out. Once upon a time, there was an ant and a grass...
Oh, my God! They're not going to redeem the bonds.
Oh, they want to, but the city would have to liquidate all its assets. St. Olaf would be bankrupt.
What is it, Blanche?
Oh, I can't quite make it out. I think my eyes are tired.
Your eyes are old. Blanche, when are you going to admit you need glasses?
I do not need glasses. My mother didn't need glasses till the day she died. And then it seems silly.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Damn, I'm good.
Well, what do you think? Isn't this romantic?
Oh, yes, it certainly is. This is just great. I mean, everything this whole night has been nothing but fun.
You really need to get out more, Rose.
Come on, Dorothy, admit you're having fun. It's kind of like being on an adventure. An adventure? My foot. It's more like a nightmare.
Well, this has been very difficult for me, but I want you to know I forgive you.
I don't need your forgiveness. I mean, I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. Blanche, your father and I were in love. We didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Now, in another time and place, we would have been married. But at that time in the South...
Well, I'll never understand what Jean doesn't see in the opposite sex, but hey, if that's what makes her happy, that's fine by me.
There's one other thing.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose. Rose? Jean has the hots for Rose? I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
No, I left an hour ago. What does it look like? Look, can't the two of you at least say goodbye like civilized human beings? All right, that's it. I give up. Ma, goodbye. Angela, let's go. No, wait. I have something I want to say. When I was a little girl, there were two people... No, please, go on. That's enough. Michael, I want to talk to you about last night.
Sure, Mom.
You ungrateful brat. How could you do this to me? I'm sorry. That's not what I planned on saying.
It's okay.
I'm beginning to like her.
Me too.
You're going to have a lot of fun together.
Oh, Dorothy, nobody can replace you.
Dorothy, I can't believe it. You're going to walk down that aisle and you won't be home tonight.
Oh, I'm going to miss you.
Rams.
Do you know that nasty butcher down at the deli?
The little guy with 4 fingers?
That's him. I don't know, but every time I order roast beef, he cheats me. I don't know how he does it. I stand there and watch as he slices a big, juicy roast. Oh, I don't know. A lot of things.
Like?
Like you.
Hardly.
Like me.
Definitely.
Like us. These past 3 weeks have been amazing.
They have been pretty amazing.
It's amazing that I just met...
Hi.
You really like Tony a lot, don't you, Sophia?
Why shouldn't I? He's the best catch in town. He's got his own hair, his own teeth, and a totally unrestricted driver's license. Hey, at my age, that's like dating Tom Cruise. Try the taste.
Refreshing, clear, clean.
Would you buy this water?
Sure, why not?
We're rich. It comes from the hose out back. Move over, Perrier. Petrillo water is on the way. I know what you're going to say. Another one of my get-rich-quick schemes.
Dorothy, if we were both 25, I could wait, but I need someone in my life now.
Are you sure that you want to marry me, or are you just afraid to be alone?
Who wants to be alone?
Nobody. I don't. But if you're marrying me because I happen to be...
Miles?
Rose!
Well, you might have forgotten the signal. I know I did.
Delivery for a Sophia Petrillo?
Here's a president you've never seen. Look what I got, Dorothy.
Going.
It's my day to volunteer at the hospital.
Oh, Sophia, you know it's really sweet of you to volunteer.
I like charity work. Besides, I got my eye on an eligible doctor for Dorothy. I hope he likes charitable work, too.
Listen, Dorothy, I'm going to an art show tomorrow night. I always... Description of you.
Well, I can understand that. I mean, women like me don't grow on trees.
Too bad. We could use the shade.
Oh, Dorothy, it's only one.
I'm making omelets for us without yolks so we don't get too much cholesterol. And that leaves us all these yolks, which I hate to throw out, so I thought we'd give them to the homeless.
them. Give them egg yolks. They'll die of heart attacks. They won't eat homes.
Grief counselor, it's what you do for a living.
I know, but I have the highest suicide rate in the office.
Look, Rose, if you don't want to go out with Stan, just say so.
I don't want to go out with Stan.
Oh, honey, I know that going out with Stan is a big favor.
The biggest? You're asking me to spend... I'm gonna do...
3 tickets to Old Blue Eyes. It's finally gonna happen.
But Dorothy...
Rose, please. I went down to the auditorium today, and out front I saw a kid scalping tickets to this woman. So I figured this is my last chance. I raced over, took her aside, explained to her how much I'd always wanted to see Sinatra, and guess...
Hello, ladies. Welcome to Sunny Meadows.
Oh, thank you. We'd love... Whoa!
This Klingenspritzer show me.
Excuse me, where would you like me to put this?
Oh, buy me a drink and we'll talk. Lunch. I'm sorry. Just hold on to it. Them.
It's the macadamia. So, how are you doing today?
Look, I don't understand. You're obviously not handicapped.
Oh, I'm just as disabled as anyone here.
I find that very hard to believe.
You don't understand. It's just too hard out there.
Here goes. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you.
Dorothy just doesn't like her.
Thank you, Rose. Incidentally, you look fat.
Well, I say the time for subtlety has passed. If you want this man, go after him. What's your point?
Sorry to interrupt. Go on.
Well, Dorothy, you have no idea how my sister Virginia and I used to chase after this boy. Well, everybody did. He had it all. Football star, champion debater, class valedictorian.
How long did you and he...
Right in the middle of Uncle Milty.
No. Kate was born on a Friday. Milton Berle was on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, I know. Uncle Milty was your father's pet name for... Never mind.
I was fortunate. All right, now, let's see. You got something borrowed, something blue, something new. You need something old.
Old enough?
Oh, Ma. Oh, Ma.
My little girl is getting married.
Oh, Ma.
Hurry up.
Excuse me, folks. I've got to make a quick phone call. Rose, would you mind getting me some punch?
Do that.
Yes, I do. I've just been in dry dock. I'm back now. I'm suited up, Coach. Put me back in the game.
Okay, but you have to listen to everything I say. When I say jump, you say on who.
I don't care what that salesgirl said. I look good in that bathing suit. You know, sometimes I wish I did live in Brazil.
Excuse me. One of you ladies dropped this?
Is there any money in it?
Uh-huh.
I dropped it.
Oh, Ma, did you eat all this candy?
I was looking for the prize.
Prizes are in Cracker Jack.
In Mr. William Shakespeare's masterpiece, Macbeth, I feel sure after our date he'll make a decision in my favor.
Oh, wait. Come on. Now, Blanche, you're not just using this guy to get a part in a play.
Of course not, Dorothy. I'm gonna let him use me to get a part in a play.
Blanche? Does he have a friend for Dorothy?
Oh.
We know this is a jerk.
Thanks, Ma. Thanks. That really makes me feel a lot better.
Don't get smart with your mother. Listen, Dorothy, I love you dearly, But you're not the first woman to be dumped by her husband.
Oh, Ma, it's not what he did. I mean, I've learned to live with that. It's the way he did it. The least he could have done was...
You want plain floss or mint flavored?
Surprise me.
Now, I'm serious. You have got to get rid of that woman. She just bosses us all around, won't let us have any fun, make any noise. She's making our lives miserable.
I don't like her anymore.
Chop, St. Olaf's leading shepherd and notary, came to speak. Ah, it was so moving when he talked about his solitary existence with the sheep. No human contact for months at a time. Oh, just building a special relationship with God's simple... Walking by that sausage case back there really brought back a lot of memories.
Sausage opens a floodgate for many of us, Rose. What's this, Blanche?
Smoked oysters.
Oh, come on now. I know we said...
Run out and get pregnant.
We have a lot of features here to create the right environment for both you and baby. That's why we have music piped into every room.
So, Mama, what do you think? I think it would cost less to squat in the Laura Ashley showroom.
Blanche, what happened?
Blanche, she's in there.
Really, Columbo?
Yes. Woman acted out with sock puppets.
Okay, you were saying?
In the first panel, it says Sonia Klingenhofer in big letters, and the O has pigtails.
What's in the second panel, Rose?
Sonia's walking down this country road, and there's...
Oh, well, that's understandable. I mean, the possibilities are overwhelming.
Exactly. The Johanssons wanted to pickle the herring, and the Lindstroms wanted to train him for the circus.
Weren't they kind of hard to see riding on the elephants?
She took a leave of absence from her job so that she could take care of him. But she's not going to be able to afford that much longer. The family's discussed sending him to New York. He has a nephew who's a doctor there and can give him special care. And Ma, Sandra says that...
You made it without giving away my present.
Sophia, you stop trying to make me tell you.
Relax, Rose. Dorothy already told me what it is.
She did?
Yeah, what a present. Boy, was I surprised.
Dorothy, I didn't know you already told Sophia that her surprise was in
Rose. Oh, later, when the baby came. Then I figured out that we had. You know, that was my only proof.
I waited till my wedding night.
No.
Yes.
And?
And it was a surprise.
On your nightstand.
Do you want to see my Vans Cap caca?
As long as I don't have to show you mine.
It's a St. Olaf friendship cake. I'm taking it to Roger.
You'll just have to go on without me.
Go on without you. Honey, this is not a wagon train. This is a double date. It doesn't work that way. It's a both of us or nothing.
You'll just have to cancel your date, too.
Cancel my date with Larry? Oh, Dorothy, how long have you been...
Nothing.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
We'll see about that.
Look, Mrs.
Petrillo. I'm Dorothy's mother, and I want to know what's wrong with her. And don't tell me nothing because I know there's something wrong with her. Mothers know.
Look, Ma, I'll talk to you about it later.
Your daughter is fine, Mrs. Petrillo.
Well, now that we know we can work our way out of jams, exactly how are we going to work our way out of this one?
You know, there's one thing we could do. We could get something to eat.
Can we concentrate? Seems like all we ever do around here is eat.
Maybe it's all you ever do.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot about...
Blanche is dating Norman. You're sleeping better than you have in years. And Sandy Duncan is finally back on TV.
I think we should have a little talk with her.
You know Sandy Duncan?
Kind of thinking is really quite sexist. Just because a woman is attractive and is not uncomfortable about her sexuality does not mean she can't be bright, well-informed, and a hell of a lawyer.
Thank you. Where did you go to law school?
A whole bunch of places.
Ben. Yes, as a matter of fact, I am free tonight. Well, I would just love to meet for drinks. 7 is perfect. Bye.
Blanche, don't tell me that you were talking to Tom Gallagher.
Now, what if I was?
But you have plans with John tonight.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, fabulous. Roy and Dale are back.
So, where are you two off to tonight?
Oh, that's a surprise. Wait a minute. Isn't that my silver locket in there?
Nice getting to know you, Goma. See you around.
What's all this about a surprise?
That's how I'd feel.
I remember the first time anybody ever called me a widow. I was terribly lonely and depressed, just missing George something awful. Finally, my best friend, Rebecca Sue Bliss, persuaded me to join her for a night out. Well, we no sooner stepped through the door into the Boots and Saddle Grill than these 2 big, brawny truckers came over and...
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The unveiling of the latest masterpiece of Mr. Laszlo Gregorian. And so without further ado, off with the sheet.
I picked up our lottery tickets. Here we go.
Oh!
Here we go.
Now, I forget. How's this go again? To win something, you have to get 3 to match?
Right. If you get 3 coconuts, you win $100.
What if you get 3 palm trees?
You don't have 3 palm trees. That means you win $10,000.
Ma, I know what a palm tree looks like.
Will happen can ever change that.
Dopo tutto quel mangiare. Briaschi.
Of course, I could be wrong. Isn't Rebecca here with the baby yet?
Oh, no, she called and said she'd be a little late. You know, Blanche, it's so nice to see you take this much of an interest in your granddaughter.
Well, I have to. Jason thinks the baby's mine. Well, don't look at me that way. The mole on his cheek sells insurance in New York City?
Yes.
You didn't miss much.
The point is, I didn't do any of the things on my list. I mean, all my dreams went unfulfilled. You know, the other day I was talking to Helen Colquist. She said she...
And... You don't have to build him up to me, honey. I like him fine already.
It's 5 o'clock. Where's Holly?
Out with Dorothy, I think.
Still? Oh, I'm going to owe Dorothy big for this one.
You know something, Rose? I don't think you'll be way. Otherwise, it'll just end up coming between the 3 of us. So now tell us, which one of us is it going to be? Dorothy here, or Rose, or a woman whose breasts you once described as perfect champagne glass-sized orbs of dancing loveliness?
Blanche, I did not say that.
I was mad the day my parents brought him back from the hospital. I thought he'd take their love away from me, and instead their love expanded and we felt more like a family. I was mad at him when I was 10 and he was 4, and...
Down here, honey, and tell us all about your trip.
Oh, it was fabulous. The food was delicious, the weather was absolutely gorgeous, and the activities on board ship, well, the list goes on forever. Masquerade balls, hootenannies, tours at the engine room, fashion shows, jazzercise, Las Vegas night, Monte Carlo night, Rio night.
Time. Maybe you shouldn't be with strangers right now. You should be with family and friends. You know, people you know. You know, you're right. That would help. Right now, my life feels like one frightening, gaping maw ready to consume me. Did you ever feel like that? Every day.
Is this dress me? It's too tight, it's too short, and it shows too much cleavage for a woman your age.
Yes, Blanche, it's you.
Another date with your mystery man?
Oh, he's no mystery man.
No, then how come you've been out with him 4 times? We don't know anything about him.
Well, there.
I really wish you'd try to get along with Bingo. I mean, maybe you don't know the fun you can have with a pet. Have you ever actually had one?
Well, of course I had a pet. Remember, Ma, I was 6 years old and I wanted a pony.
Not the pony thing again.
She promised me a pony.
I should submit his story in the district contest.
I think you should. Oh, he's a very special kid, Dorothy.
Oh, he really is. I'm just crazy about him. He wants so much to learn. You know, he gets this look in his eyes when he's listening to me. You don't see that look very often. I think that look is the whole reason that teachers
Publish a novel.
I think it's all right with Blanche if you stay here. You can have my room. I'll sleep with Ma.
Oh, good. At least now when I wake up in the middle of the night screaming, I'll have a reason.
Hi, Blanche.
Are we expecting company?
Yep, Barbara Thorndike. I introduced myself after the lecture. We went out and had coffee and talked for hours.
Like a fool.
I wondered where they moved the party to.
What is it? This is the ladies' room. This is where ladies go to the bathroom.
Wow! How do you lift this baby up?
Isaac, later.
I guess you have to stand back when you flush this thing.
Oh, Ma, wait. Ma, no, don't. Ma, don't go. Ma, please, come back here. Ma, I do need you. I'm sorry, I'm just cranky. No, you're right, I am a lousy patient. I always have been. Oh, I remember when I was a little girl.
Dorothy, do you think this looks alluring and yet nurse-like?
I don't know, Blanche. Maybe the earrings put it over the top.
Oh, no, I did that for the baby. They love shiny things. Listen, maybe you two ought to try to pee on me.
Aunt Angela, I'd like you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my Aunt Angela.
Pleasure to meet you, Angela. Dorothy, shall I get Angela's luggage?
She doesn't have any luggage.
No, I never travel with luggage. Ever since the time I found a dead man in my suitcase.
You found a date? Besides, it's just for this one date. Day after tomorrow, he leaves for Saskatchewan.
He doesn't leave for anywhere, Blanche. We made that up.
All right. Well, what if he turns out to be wonderful? We would have ruined her evening for nothing. Oh, let's at least meet him. Dorothy, he might turn out to be Rose's dream come true. Oh, Sophia, did they deliver my new bed?
Yeah, and they were here all day setting it up.
All day for that simple little bed?
Simple? I haven't seen so much brass since the brass knuckle at RV show at the Palermo Hilton.
I don't believe it. They delivered the wrong bed.
Blanche, do you think...
Not now.
Daughter, you're not her family.
Why does everybody keep saying that? We share our lives together.
You share a house together.
Kirsten Adams?
Yes?
I'm Dr. Shrewsbury.
How's my mother? Is she going to be okay?
Your mother has to have a triple bypass.
Now, come on, let's take your things inside.
You know, Dorothy, I just thought of something. Lorraine's family's gonna be black too, aren't they?
Yes, Rose. You know, you could probably make them feel welcome if you do your version of that dance that the Huxtables do, the beginning of the Cosby.
Well, where's the outpouring of grief from all the many, many men whose lives I have left barren and empty?
Maybe they just don't know you by your real name.
Well, here it is, Serafina's next chess move. Perfect. I already know my next move. And when Serafina sees...
The thing about Guido Spirelli, I think maybe she went there to try to find him.
You're kidding? I know him like a book. I know his tastes, I know his tendencies, I know he hates humidity. And if I don't miss my guess, I could pinpoint his location exactly.
Oh, thank God.
He's someplace air-conditioned.
What are you doing?
It's
the evil eye. I just put a Sicilian curse on you. You're not gonna have a moment's peace till you hold that tree away.
You got me shaking in my boots.
Oh, Ma, why'd you do that? You just made matters worse with that ridiculous curse.
Look, Dorothy, you don't have to believe all of this, but stop trying to take it away from me. Well, I'm going to bed. Good night, Spumoni face.
What did you call me?
Spumoni face.
Wow, I mean, I haven't heard that since I was 7 years old.
You're looking terrific. Well, you haven't changed a bit in 40 years.
Angelo, you're a priest. You shouldn't lie.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Before the trip, I said an extra 50 Hail Marys in case I felt like cutting a loose. Dorothy.
Plumber.
Could I see some identification?
So, you two are the Proud Parents of the new Dolan Standard Low Boy, huh?
Yes, we're sending out engraved announcements.
A minute. Why do you always come into a room and say, girls, girls? Do you see Molly Ringwald sitting here?
Well, you're awfully cranky today.
Well, forgive me. My arthritis is bothering me. My Social Security check was late. And I realized today I haven't showered with a man in 22 years.
Ma. Hello? Oh, hi. Yes, I heard you called. What a pleasant surprise. I'm pretty sure I can make it. Just let me check my book. Come again?
I wasn't going to say anything about this, Dorothy, but I won't be able to sleep until I do. I feel that you have backed me into a corner. And when I am backed into a corner, I come out fighting like a wildcat. Unless I've had too much to drink, in which case I slide.
Oh, how was your lunch with Jamie?
It was magical. We talked for hours all about George. How George loved me, how George could never take his eyes off me, how George used to have to save his money so he could buy presents good enough for me. Oh, it felt so good talking about George. Almost.
Oh, Stan, I went to 3 different stores, but I finally found the stuff you asked for to make you go to sleep.
Oh, wow. Strawberry Quip, you are the best, babe. I'm going to go take a shower. If you could bring me a mug of that stuff in about 10 minutes, it would be perfect.
Dorothy, that man is driving me crazy.
Me too. No, excuse me. You'll pawn the ring. That's my final word.
To keep Stan warm on those cold winter nights, a head coat. Lois, this is just too much. Where'd you find such a ridiculous...
Ought to be. No, I was talking about Mr. William Buster Collier, the president of the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, that presidential inauguration.
You know, Buster wanted me to be his first lady, but he died 2 days later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was performing his first official function, breaking a bottle of champagne.
I have a few words I'd like to say. First off, I want to thank all of you. This has been a great campaign. Tomorrow at this time, I could actually be your city councilman. But I don't want to be your city councilman unless I can win this job honestly, and there is something that I have not.
Actually, he's obsessed with your mother.
Are you saying that his desire to be with me is really his desire to be with my mother?
Wild, huh? It's all subconscious. Sophia represents Stan's own mother, who passed away before the two of them could resolve things.
Doc, this is rougher than the session when I thought I was in love with you.
Call his mother.
Blanche, what are we going to do?
Do you think I should call his mother?
I really think you should.
All right, I will.
I don't want to send him back to an unhappy home, but we're grandmothers. It wouldn't be fair to be this old and have to raise children.
Back to the chow wagon for the lunch rush.
Yeah, we'll just leave you to your negotiations.
Before we go, can we get you some milk or some double stuffed Oreos?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Boy, he's tough.
Have a seat, boys.
Look, I've read and reread your list of demands.
Break the Kraken. Decided to get into show business, and they became the internationally renowned Scandinavian dance team of Stepan Fetchik.
Hi, girls.
How'd it go, Blanche?
Oh,
Well, it's not a bad idea, but I'm a little embarrassed.
Oh, me too.
embarrassed? Well, there's no reason to be embarrassed. Now, these are discreet professionals. This is a private matter. Whatever we buy is nobody's business but our own. I'd like.
I probably just overdid it in class tonight.
I do think you ought to have it checked out.
Come on, it's perfectly all right. Ma, what is that you're knitting?
A bottle cover for the sherry.
Why do we need to cover the sherry?
Not the sherry here in the house. The sherry I take to the park. You drink out of a paper bag in the park, and suddenly...
There is freedom. The people in my country are going to read all these books and be confused. Now, the way things were, we knew what to do. The choices were easy. When there is one road, no one gets lost.
Not necessarily. Back in St. Albans.
Rose. Is this a story about someone getting lost?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, don't tell us. Show us. Morning, Blanche.
Dorothy, I want to ask you something. Last night, about 2 a.m, did you hear some shrieking and screaming and moaning?
No, but usually if your door is closed, I can't hear anything.
Not me. Those sounds were coming from that urn.
Mommy.
Well, I'm sorry I'm so early. Traffic wasn't what I expected.
Well, the important thing is you got here safely. I am serious. What do you think I should do?
Come on now, Blanche. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Please, and bet she only knows the difference between right and left.
Honey, why are you still wearing your costume?
I didn't have time to change. I couldn't wait to get out
We
of...
certainly are in the right place for it. The kitchen, Crisis Central.
Yeah, we sure have solved a lot of problems in this room. I mean, a lot. Dorothy, it wasn't that long ago that you...
Oh, it's you. I thought maybe Sophia had come home.
Oh, no, she'll be back in the morning. She's trying to teach me a lesson.
Oh, I'm so happy things are going so well for her. Practically accepted into college. Now she's flying off to the Bahamas with a doctor.
Blanche, this trip to the Bahamas, it is not with the doctor.
What do you mean?
Girl's a slut.
And I take out the garbage.
Fascinating, huh? Any other questions? Here we go.
This is directed to Dorothy's lover.
Enough already. I'm not going to play cards with you anymore.
Why not?
Why should I? You're the only one who gets any enjoyment out of it.
Cards bore me to tears.
Then why do you play?
I like the talking.
The what?
The talking. You and I had some of our best talks over a game of gin rummy. I don't know why, it just seemed...
My recipes, and eventually I'll catch the eye of some fat general with big sweat stains under his arms. And he'll force me to let out his uniforms and satisfy his ugly needs.
It sounds like Christmas with my ex-husband.
I don't know what...
It's a small world after
Of all the saloons and gin joints in the world, she had to walk into mine.
Ma, I've been looking everywhere for you. We really need to talk.
And it's touching how that Great Dane is paying its respects.
Just one of the Donaldson boys trying to sell us a newspaper subscription again.
Oh, those Donaldson kids won't take no for an answer.
Neither would their father at our 4th of July barbecue.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Are you absolutely just threatened to throw a TV through a plate glass window? That should give you some indication.
Kate seems to be handling things pretty well.
Yeah, that's tonight. She's still in shock. Oh, I remember when Stanley told me that he was having an affair. It was at least 24 hours before I cut the crotches out of all of his slacks.
Thank you for coming. I'm glad you called. Please, sit down.
A surprise for you.
Oh. Oh, look at these watches. They must have cost you a fortune.
They did.
Where'd you get the money?
Is that what you say to someone who just bought you a gift?
Ma, I asked you a question.
I never...
I didn't murder him. Of course you didn't murder him, honey. He probably had a heart attack. Now, look, his family has to be notified. Now, did he ever speak of any family?
He has a sister he lives with.
Yeah, what's her name?
His name was Al Beatty. Her name's Beatty, too. She never married.
Snookums, could I see you in the living room?
Sure.
What the hell is wrong with you? Are you out of your mind?
Dorothy, just hear me out. The last 2 days, you and me being here brought back a lot of good memories. Last night, when you and I were in bed together, I felt something.
That was my mother's knee. Sweetie, it's part of growing up.
Dorothy's right. I cringe at some of the stunts I pulled when I was going through my rebellious stage.
Like what, Rose? Squeezing the cows too hard?
No. Like climbing out my bedroom window and stealing my father's truck to drive into a bar in the city to meet
I doubt if the Canterbury Tales is going to come up in a huddle.
I agree, Dorothy. Saturday's game was a big one. And speaking as a former cheerleader and ex-bad girl in a health film, I can tell you the importance of school-sanctioned extracurricular activities.
Now, look, I want you That's a better example of a secret.
Oh, then you have been talking about me. I'm your best friend.
She's been talking about me, Blanche.
No, I haven't been talking about either one of you.
What?
I've been talking about both of you. I mean, how could I choose between you two? You're both my best friends.
To prove our relationship, I'd be happy to oblige.
There is one small thing. In the morning, when you go out in your robe to pick up the newspaper, wear your shorts.
Problem. I'll drag my bad leg over to the door.
Ma'am, you really shouldn't open the door without asking who it is first.
Fine. Who is it?
Detective Al Mullins, Miami PD.
Of course, with a man.
Is it Raymond again?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Raymond? Isn't he the guy you picked up at the grocery store?
I did not pick him up. He asked me if I could recommend a good coffee. And then I threw myself underneath his shopping cart.
Oh, I think he sounds...
You must be Michael's parents.
Mama, put your glasses on.
Oh, my Lord.
This is mud on our faces. We're not really black.
Blanche, this is Elaine.
Well, hello, Elaine. I was just leaving. John, you and Elaine have a good time tonight. Oh, and just so you'll know, it looks like Elaine here is an even bigger music lover than I am.
Riviera
Who
night?
cares, Rose? Did you and Arnie hit the sheets or not?
Dorothy!
Some women don't kiss and tell.
Oh, shoot, honey, that's half the fun. Hey, because Because of one little slip disc, Morty has not taken me to the barbecue.
What a shame. You'll miss the foot-stomping version of Sunrise Sunset.
You know, this kind of thing has been happening to me a lot lately, and I think it's because I'm going out with men who are too old for me. In the last year, my average day...
Hi, Dorothy. What are you doing?
Grading the history test.
How did I do?
You'll find out in class tomorrow.
Can you give me a hint?
No.
Did I do better than Boris Yashchenko?
Oh, Rose. Boris Yashchenko doesn't speak a word of English, and he was hit in the forehead with a mortar.
Show you. Look, 10 carats and not a flaw. I bought it today on time.
Very nice. Look, I was thinking, maybe you shouldn't go through with this.
No, I have to go. I've never felt so happy.
Jessie wasn't a mule. She was a big fat lady who pulled fireballs for a living.
For God's sake! What about tractors?
Well, come on, Blanche. If she was too old to pull a plow, how could she ever pull a tractor? Hands together. Save us and you won't have bad dreams. Clap, you miserable.
Come on, honey, let's get it over with.
What about their bad dreams?
Let's go, come on.
Fine, but I just want you all to know there are monsters living under all your beds.
Now, Sophia, remember, found money is supposed to be spent on something frivolous, something you would never buy for yourself.
What are you gonna get, underwear?
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow.
I don't know if all that's true, but you got me, and baby, I got you. And a pinch of baking soda.
Ma, that looked like an awfully big pinch.
Who cares?
Women here.
I like that in a man. But I'm Blanche, and I have lovely eyes.
I'm Derek. The pleasure is mine.
Derek, listen, before we go any further, there's something I have to know.
Yes?
Are the English really as bad in bed as they say?
Oh, Blanche, this is Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Get out of here! But Dorothy, he's
a little early, yes, but we're delighted to see him.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Rose. You're looking lovely.
Yeah.
James, I'm here about the car.
Miles?
No, honey, it's James. You stay right there and I'll get the keys.
How much mileage has she got on her?
Gentlemen, if you'll just excuse us for a moment. Oh, ladies, I think we must do this. Now, it's our duty as American citizens.
Oh, I don't know. 2 policemen living in our house.
Well, what's there to be afraid of, Dorothy? Once you strip away the gruff exterior, the badge, the gun, the uniform.
You've died.
Buried him.
I mean, what did you do the next day when you had to start putting your life together?
I couldn't do it. I'd been a housewife for 32 years. I totally depended on Charlie.
Yeah, but the point is, eventually you did what you had to do. You took care of yourself.
So, if any of you toe tappers have more than 30% blockage, we implore you to leave the dance floor at this time. All right now, let's let the dance marathon begin. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I probably just overdid it in class tonight.
I do think you ought to have it checked out.
Come on, it's perfectly all right. Ma, what is that you're knitting?
A bottle cover for the sherry.
Why do we need to cover the sherry?
Not the sherry here in the house. The sherry I take to the park. You drink out of a paper bag in the park, and suddenly... That is very sweet. Well, I guess we'll see each other at the book signing.
Oh, I meant to ask you, by any chance, do you happen to know what happened to Big Daddy's pocket watch? Virginia says you took it after the funeral.
That pocket watch meant so much to me.
Until 9 months later, when the baby came, then I figured out that we had. You know, that was my only proof.
I waited till my wedding night.
No.
Yes.
And?
No, I have no idea.
And listen to this. Dear Dorothy, in case you change your mind, here are 3 things to remember at the cocktail party. Number 1, ask for more potatoes. Number 2,
Did you buy it? No, I couldn't sell my car to Rose. She's my friend. My great-granddaddy always used to say there are 2 things you never sell to a friend, a car and a slave. Because if either one of them quits working, you'll never hear the end of it. Of course, they hanged my great-granddaddy. He said a lot of things he shouldn't have. What do you give me for it? Oh, I stole your stove. A beautiful stove. You can't replace it. They don't make them anymore. Look here.
We've grown very close the last few days.
now listen. No one calls her Ma except me. You got that? Have I made that clear?
No. Calm down. What did I tell you? I knew it would get under her skin.
I lost my heart, and I opened my wallet. Oh, the expensive gifts and the fancy dinners and the weekends in Mykonos. I even wore one of those tiny Speedo swimmer suits. Shows all of you.
Naive to think you'd give an old woman one last chance to regain her daughter's respect. Now I guess I'll just stick my head in the oven and see
right,
what...
Ma. Maybe guilt will work, but Ma, this is the last time.
Oh, thanks, Pussycat. You won't regret it. Now, would you mind taking him out for a walk tonight?
And Dorothy and I'll even write a song to commemorate the occasion.
No, we won't, Rose.
Ah, Daddy, please.
All right. I never could say no to you.